Speaking of which, there's an awesome. I wish I could remember the name of the channel, but it's this engineer that makes weapons out of wood, and he made an automatic crossbow, like legit automatic firing crossbow, and it's fucking awesome.
That's terrifying.
I know, right? It is. It's truly
Oh!
terrifying. It's truly terrifying to watch.
Our arrows will blot out the sun.
Then we will fight in the shade.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I believe the direct. Obviously, it was in Greek, but I think the direct translation was "so much the better. We'll have our fight in the shade."
Is this all you got? Perhaps we should have marched our women up here.
So, not to get off on a tangent, but I'm actually a really big fan of Laconian Wit, and this somewhat because this right here is an example of Laconian Wit. So, okay, we're gonna go on another history tangent.
He knows this stuff.
So, okay, so we're gonna do two nerdy things. So, in the Greek alphabet, this guy right here, Lambe, is the equivalent to L, and the Spartans,
Harambe?
Lambe.
I heard you.
Oh, not Harambe. The Spartans had this letter on their shields, which people get confused. They're like, why did the Spartans have an L on their shields? I'll tell you why. Because Sparta was the city, but the region was called Laconia.
Oh, okay.
And so that's where we get Laconic
I should
Wit.
know this.
No, it's not common knowledge because everybody says Sparta.
Oh.
So it's kind of, but anyway.
This is what is it?
Laconia.
Laconia.
It doesn't have the same ring to it. And again, Sparta is the city. So Sparta is basically, it's not the capital, but I mean, I guess it kind of is. Not by today's standards, but I guess you would say that Sparta was the capital of the Laconian region. But anyway,
Gotcha.
So that's why they had the lambe on their shields. Now, Laconian Wit comes from, and they were taught this. Allegedly, this is part of a Spartan's training. So Laconian Wit is like this very dry, passive-aggressive style of speech, I guess. But it's more like it's not so much funny as it is like, oh, damn, like they were experts at burning people.
It was more like,
but saying as few words as possible. So, for example, this phrase, Malon Labe, literally means come and take, but the equivalent would be come and take them in regards to weapons. So, the Battle of Thermopylae, the Persians tell King Leonidas and the Spartans in the Greek Confederation, because it wasn't just 300 Spartans, it was 300 Spartans, about 7,000 other Greeks. Let's not give them too much credit. It says, lay down your weapons. And then the Spartan messenger sent back, Malon Labe, come and take them.
come and take them.
And then the other example of our arrows will blot out the sun, so much the better, we will fight in the shade. One famous Spartan general was sent to, because the Spartans often were hired as consultants, military consultants, and one, I want to say it was Thebes or Corinth, I can't remember which, but a city hired a Spartan general to come and inspect their basically their walls, their defenses. And after they finished touring the city, they asked him, it's like, well, what do you think? And he says, these are very fine quarters for women. Because the running joke was that Sparta didn't have any walls.
Oh.
And Sparta, like, as far as we can tell, Sparta didn't have any walls.
No, because they were trained up.
Well, I want to say this was Leonidas again, but it might have been another Spartan king. I'm totally fucking this up tonight.
By the way, it's like the coolest name ever.
Yeah, I know, and I know I'm pronouncing it wrong because a lot of people say no, it's pronounced Leonidas, but it's like maybe, but Leonidas sounds better. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to call it.
I like Leonidas.
Tomato, Leonidas or Leonidas.
Leonidas. I've heard Leonidas, Leonidas, Leonidas.
Leonidas. Like I'm trying to say something that's naughty. Anyway.
I think it's actually Leonidas, if we're getting super technical.
Leonidas.
But I'm not.
That sounds bad.
I'd have to see it written in Greek and look at my chart to know for sure. But anyway.
This is not for kids.
Trying to think of any of there. So anyway, Spartan King is asked, where are your walls? And then he points to the soldiers and say, these are Sparta's walls. Because like Sparta didn't really, and Sparta had much more to worry about from within than they did from outside, because their reputation pretty much kept too many people from trying to invade them, but they were constantly at risk of slave revolts.
Oh yeah. Well, I guarantee it.
Well, their entire economy was based on. Yeah, but anyway, we're not going to get into that because we're supposed to be talking about guns. But
Oh yes.
I find it very
Shit.
I find it very interesting that this phrase has become kind of a it's been co-opted by people who are anti-gun control laws, and it's kind of like not exactly the same thing, but I mean,